Welcome to NewZSpectrum Online, the channel that explores the heart of news.
What are SEZs? SEZs, namely Special Economic Zones, are areas where the business and trade laws are different from the rest of the country. The SEZ policy came into inception on April 1st, 2000 in India. The prime objective of this policy is to attract foreign direct investment and provide an internationally competitive and hassle free environment for exports. Conducting business in an SEZ typically implies that the country will receive tax incentives and the opportunity to pay lower tariffs. There are many advantages of installing an SEZ in India, wherein the promotion of industrialization and economic growth is done through sustainable environment. The main policy statement of the SEZ policy states that Indian SEZs shall be offered tax rebates, fiscal incentives, and lands at subsidized rates. In India, many SEZs have been functioning in places like Sri Perumbudur in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Surat in Gujarat, Kolkata, Noida, Cochin, and Mumbai. To instill confidence in investors and signal the government's commitment to a stable SEZ policy regime, a number of meetings were held in various parts of the country by both the Minister for Commerce and Industry as well as senior officials for this purpose. The Special Economic Zones Act 2005 was finally passed by the Parliament, which received presidential assent on June 23, 2005. With the generation of economic activity, promotion of investment from domestic and foreign sources, and development of infrastructure facilities, it is expected that these initiatives will trigger a large flow of foreign and domestic investments in SEZs.
Meghalaya is one of the most picturesque places in the world. The landscape is replete with flora and fauna, waterfalls, valleys, mountains, caves, and many more, which forms a panorama of terrain. The vistas intrigues tourists. It is lush green with waterfalls and has an extensive underground cave network. To name a few, the Living Root Bridge and Kakorama in Cherrapunji are very popular. It is a paradise where one can enjoy and experience everything that nature has on offer.
The quantum computer is the future of the computing world, say experts. These computers use quantum mechanical concepts to perform computations efficiently and fast.
A quantum computer relies on qubits to achieve speeds and efficiency. To understand what qubits are, let us try to first understand how an existing computer stores information. Computers today stores information, images, data, etc. in a series of zeros and ones. And each unit of the series of zeros and ones is called a bit. So a bit can be set either to a 0 or a 1. A quantum computer, on the other hand, utilizes qubits to hold and manipulate information. And these bits can be in a state of 0 and a 1 at the same time until an outside event causes it to collapse into either a 0 or a 1. Quantum computing is a multidisciplinary approach. Experts are facing challenges in facilitating interaction between quantum computers and existing computers. They say that quantum computers have to be kept at temperatures near absolute zero to be able to work with qubits, as any heat in the system introduces an error.
They are of the opinion that a quantum computer once built will help us to solve problems in areas like finance, technology, science, and energy, which computers that exist today cannot solve.
Child labor is plaguing our society, and if this is not curbed, it would impede the progress of future generations. We have interviewed child rights activist and honorary president of Bala Hakula Sangam, Achyut Rao. Let's see what he says about child labor.
Occupations like bakeries, bangle making units, glass units, and Sivakasi fire units. Several such units, these small children are working. With the poverty, the parents forcing the children to go to do labor and earn some money for their livelihood. And second one is when the this mafia kidnap the child and they traffic the child to one place to other place, and they put into some labor and they earn money for themselves, and with a meager thing like daily food or clothing, they have to work 24/7. If you want to sincerely eradicate the child labor, you have to provide work to the parents, employment. Without providing the proper employment or proper food, shelter, this child labor will continue. When you rescue the child, rehabilitation is lacking. Rehabilitation is most important. Even every year, the government making child labor rescues in the month of January on the name of Operation Smile, in the month of July on the name of Operation Muskan. But they are rescuing only few children, and a major number is left like that. Instead of that, what Bala Hakula Sangam is doing, if government makes one announcement that giving some deadline that by this date, if any child is working with any individuals or companies or factories or offices, they should come and hand over to the government agencies. And if not, after that deadline, these companies or individuals where it is employing children should be punished. Should be punished with as per the law, 3 years imprisonment like that. And when it comes to the poverty, the government should give guarantee to the child that the child who are rescued will be rehabilitated in a nice way by giving education and bearing all expenses of the child. But that is not happening. The child labor will exist, making the small what we call rescues and all. Rehabilitation should be the main agenda to the government and main part of the rescue. but that is not happening. We demand for the perfect rehabilitation when you are risking the child labor. Without that, the child will not get justice.